Hello, everybody. It is a good week. And we are thinking this week, as we celebrate the beginning of a new presidency, among many other things, we're thinking this week about what it means to be an ancestor, what it means to make choices, to take into account in making those choices the lives of the people that will come after we are gone. What it means to think about our children and our children's children and their children, and how to be in the world in a way that will make their lives better. And we can do this in so many ways. And so I have a story to share with you today called Taking Care of Mother. Pavel and his twin sister Rosa watched the moving truck drive away. The apartment below theirs had been empty for weeks, and now maybe there would be new kids to play with. They ran downstairs to see if there were any signs of children, but they stopped at the sight of an old man with white hair and a white beard, carrying a potted plant into the apartment. He saw them watching and he smiled. Rosa was brave and she said, "Hi, do you have any children?" The man nodded his head and said, "Yes, but they have been grown up a long time." He could see the disappointment on their faces. So he added, "But I have 2 grandchildren who visit me often. Does that help?" Rosa and Pavel brightened at this news and ran back upstairs to tell their parents. The man nodded his head. He was very kind and very friendly, but he wasn't around very much. One time, Rosa and Pavel invited him to dinner, and he said, "I'm sorry, I can't come tonight. Mother needs my help." Again, when they asked if he would like to go to the library with them, he explained, "Mother needs my help today, but perhaps another time." Pavel and Rosa thought it was very nice that Mr. Park spent so much time with his mother. He was an old grandfather himself, with white hair and a face full of smiley wrinkles. His mother must be really old. One afternoon, they heard a loud knock on their door. It was Abby and Jake, Mr. Parks' grandchildren, and they wanted to play soccer. Pavel and Rosa became good friends with them from that day on. During one visit, Mr. Park came out to interrupt the soccer game, announcing, "Mother needs our help. Would you like to come along?" Jake and Abby both gave an enthusiastic cheer. Pavel and Rosa hesitated because they didn't want to interfere with special family time. But Jake and Abby insisted that they come, so they put away the soccer ball and asked their parents. Once they were in the car, their parents said yes. Once they were in the car on their way, Rosa asked Abby, "What's the best part about visiting your great-grandmother? Does she tell you stories, or do you play games? Our grandmother loves card games." Abby and Jake looked at their grandfather for a moment, and then all of them began to laugh. Rosa and Pavel were confused. Abby finally explained, "I'm sorry, Rosa. Grandfather isn't visiting his mother. He is going to the Clear Creek Wilderness area. He always says that the workers there are helping Mother Nature stay healthy. That's why he is visiting Mother. He means Mother Nature. Pavel wanted to make sure that he understood. You mean you're not taking care of your little old lady grandma? Well, Mother Nature is not little. She is very, very big. But she is really old. And always young at the same time. Mr. Park answered with a smile. Mr. Park explained that in the nature area, the volunteers helped to keep the environment safe for people and animals. They pulled out harmful plants like poison ivy. They cleaned up trash and kept trails clear. And one fun job was to look for birds and wildlife to keep track of which animals were living in the forest. Today, the volunteers were going to help release some animals back into the wilderness. They had been treated for injuries, but now they were healthy enough to go home to the woods. Pavel and Rosa were really glad they'd come along. The first animal was a hawk. Someone shot it and injured its wing. After some surgery and time recovering at a bird hospital, the hawk was strong enough to fly on its own. The hawk didn't leave the cage immediately when the door opened. It looked out at everyone almost like it was checking if it was okay to go. Then it burst out of the cage and spread its strong wings. Lifting high into the air, the children watched as the hawk flew over the treetops. The children felt thrilled to their toes. Eventually, Mr. Park led them on a hike through the forest, and they picked up some trash left by visitors before they had to go home. On the way home, Pavel asked Mr. Park a lot of questions about helping Mother Nature. He wanted to go back again. Mr. Park patiently answered every question. He understood how it felt to want to help. He also promised to take all the children with him another time. Rosa was very thoughtful on the way home. She was very quiet. She was thinking about the day and all the ways that Mr. Park had helped to take care of Mother Nature. By the time she got out of the car, she had a list of ideas to help Mother Nature, even when they weren't out in the forest. The end. So a couple of questions for you. Why do you think that Mr. Park spent so much time out in Mother Nature? Why do you think he spent so much time helping Mother Nature? Another question is, what do you do to help take care of all of our Mother Nature? The reason I ask is because taking care of our mother, taking care of our earth is what sustains human life, what makes it possible for us to live on this planet. Taking care of Mother Earth is one of the ways that we can be good ancestors, one of the ways that we can ensure or make it possible for the life that comes after us, our children and our children's children. One of the ways that we can ensure, make possible that they have a good life too, that they have a healthy planet too. So there's so many ways we can make sure that they have a good life, that we can create the conditions or set up way for them to have success, for them to have possibility and opportunities. And one of those ways is by taking care of our earth. So this week, I invite each of you, and I will do the same, to think about ways that you can be a good ancestor to our future by taking care of the earth. So think about this. And if you think about things that aren't related to the earth, that's okay too. I would love to know what you come up with. So I hope you will let me know. And in the meantime, please know that I am thinking of you, that everybody at the church is thinking of you and sending you so much love. And I look forward to when I can see you again. Take care, my friends.